If you want to see me create another look using the Born to Run palette by Urban Decay, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and I am taking this palette out for another spin, and it is the Born to Run palette. I'll just show you the palette. Everybody knows it by now. And I actually really like this palette. One part because the packaging is really sturdy. I love that it folds in half. That is a fantastic design benefit because we can hold it in our hand. You can do the shadow on one side, you've got the mirror on the other. Love it, love it. And of course, 21 eyeshadows. Who does not like that? I have swatched this palette and I will put the video right here, and then right after that one I will put my first impressions of this palette. Now I did use it one more time, but I'm surprised I did not film it. I'm not sure, or I lost the footage and I didn't edit and upload, I don't know. But I do know I did another look with this palette, so I'm a little confused. But that's fine. I want to use the palette again. Now, when I swatched it, I identified that these two columns would be the hardest to work with. And for today, I was really drawn to these guys over here, and I'm debating whether I go this route or this route. I've done a lot of purple and pinky looks lately because I've been playing with the Ultraviolet. Actually, this is the brush from the Ultraviolet that I'll be using today. Oh, this is hard. I'm just so enamored with, I'm going to say, oh gosh, over half the palette in Ultraviolet. I absolutely love that palette. It may very well end up being, oh no, the Electric's always going to be number one. It's going to be in my top 5 for sure of all the Urban Decay palettes I have, and I have quite a few. So yeah, I'm smitten. I really am. Back to this palette. So I'm really debating between the second last column and the one with the pink and burgundy. I need to go with the hard one. If you watch this channel, you would know that that's just what I have to do. That's just what I have to do. I'm going to go over here, even though my love affair with purple and pink is taking me over here. But I need to do different looks, and I think it helps us all when we see a lot more variety. So I need to change things up. And of course, see, I had anticipated that I was going to go with these guys. So I even put a lipstick, I think it's called Backfire. It backfired. I think that's the name. Hang on. Did I have it right? Yeah, Backfire. So putting on this lipstick backfired because I'm not doing a purpley pink look. Oh well. Maybe it'll go with this look. I doubt it, but maybe it will. I'm going to stop yakking and I'm going to start applying. So yes, this is the only brush that I am going to use. I really like these brushes that are included with the shadows. Sure, you're somewhat limited, but I have had no problem creating some pretty nice looks with just these two at my disposal. I'm going to go into Riff, this one right here, and just go a little bit in the crease. I do really appreciate Urban Decay mattes. They tend to blend really well. Oh, and for everything else on my face, it is in the description box, so you can take a look there. I do a lot of the same base makeup usually, and if you want to see my current routine, I'll also link it in the cards. I'm always jazzed about the mirror in the Naked palettes, except for the OG, which is the smaller mirror, if I remember right. This one is fantastic. It's just huge. But of course, I mean, there are more shadows in here. So it's just a bigger palette in general. I am surprising myself. This is so not where I was going with the look today. Although I think I know what lipstick I'm going to put with this. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to do the whole look on one side and then speed through on the other, so that you only need to see one. All right. Am I ready to move on? I think I'm going to do Riff one more time. And I'm going to keep what I have on the brush and go into Weekender, I think is what I want to use for the brow bone. And the reason I'm going to keep whatever's on the brush is because I think that Weekender might be just a little too light. And so if there's a little bit of Riff left, it might soften up what goes on the brow bone. I just don't feel like I need a sharp contrast. And that looked like it did a good job. Okay. Now we're getting into the tougher stuff. And I think I want to go into radio right away and then finish up with Smog on the inner to center or 2/3 of the lid. But let's go with radio first, which is this neat color. Hopefully you can see. And I'm just going to tap where I want the color, and I'll intensify as I go. Okay, a little bit more. And into the crease. Now, Barb, a little bit ago, asked me what I do to clean my brushes, and I did one thing, is I sent her a link to this video, but I also answered the question as well. And this is it. A deep hand towel, or if this is a face towel, but also a hand towel. So either one of these, that's what I use as my color switch. And I just take my brush and do this to it. And get most of the color off. And that's it. And it's ready to use again. So that is my high-tech version of cleaning my brush, dry cleaning my brushes between soap cleaning. So, and the reason I wanted to do that is because I just want to soften up this area right here. And I think I'm going to go in with Riff a little bit and just make sure I have it the way I want it. Okay, I think that looks reasonably good. And I'm probably going to go back into radio for the lower lash line. We'll see. I am going to go in to Smog. Do I want to add more color? I think that's enough. I'll do more dramatic on the lower lashes, I think, but I'm good. I'm good. So we're going into, like I said, into Smog. I was going into it without showing you. My bad. Okay, and I'm going to go right into the inner lid. And drag it out. By the way, the brush in the Ultraviolet is the same as in the Naked Cherry, if you were curious. I'm going to go in with my finger to just brighten up Smog a little bit. Just find the shimmers show more with the finger application. I'm going to clean this end of the brush, and we are going to go with Riff on the lower lash line. Do that first, and then we'll go into radio. I'm not usually a fan of warm brown, but it seems to be working today. Okay, I like that. I feel like that's plenty. And I'm going to stay with the same brush, going back into radio. I'm going to see if I can make this brush work because it's definitely not a liner brush. Okay, so I'm just going to try to go right along the lashes. Well, that worked surprisingly well. I'm happy with that. And I do want to go back on the brow bone. I think I'm going to change colors. I think I want something with a bit more bling on the very, very highest point of the brow. And I'm going to go in with Breakaway just for a little spot on the brow bone. Just a sprinkling. And I'm liking it enough, I'm going to take that same Breakaway and put it in the inner corner. Okay. I'm quite liking this matchup. I think it looks pretty good. I think I might want to add a tiny bit more radio on the lower outer corner, I guess. I need to be really careful, so I'm just trying to add a smidge. Okay, that'll do it. Good. Okay, I am going to give you a little bit of music and speed things up and do the other eye, and then we will talk about the finished look. Now that the eyeshadow is done, I am really pleased with the way it turned out. And what I'm going to do now is go apply some liners, some mascara, change my lipstick, and show you the final look. Here is the final look. So let's talk about what I did to finish up the look. I reapplied the Urban Decay Zero on my upper waterline. That is something that I usually do. It's just a basic black. I decided to use this Flyliner by Fenty. I found it in my backup stash. It's by accident that I found it and started using it. I'm doing kind of a mini brand new focus on Fenty Beauty, and a brand new focus is focusing on one brand and trying everything you have from that one brand and then coming back with a kind of a brand review as opposed to just a product review. And shoot, had I known I had this one, I would have put it in the brand new focus. So better late than never. So I am wearing it right now. Now, please ignore the fact that my wings are definitely not sisters. They're more like cousins twice removed. But I wanted to do a wing, and I have not been able to do a wing of late because my liquid liners, the ones I've been trying to finish, they were doing lousy things. The Clinique liner I used over 40 days and it was still too liquid. It would feather on the side. and there's another liner that's getting too dry, and I can't possibly try a wing because it doesn't work. Anyway, so I decided to go ahead on my first attempt. I could have botched this makeup up, decided to do a wing with this one to just see how it could do. And that's after just putting it on my hand and going, ooh, that looks like it has potential. And I really do think it does. I think it did a clean line. The spots where it's not clean, it has to do more with the person holding the liner than the liner itself. I was really impressed with how deep, as in saturated, the color is, and by how quick it was to do each side. The wing, like I said, I'm out of practice, but hey, with a good liner, I can get right back to where I was. So I'll let you know over the next weeks and months what I think of the Fenty liner. I really have to try a liner for a long time because I find a liner behaves very differently from the beginning to the end, especially liquid liners. So stay tuned for that. But I like this first impressions. I'm going to say that. I also used the Perversion mascara, 2 coats on my upper lashes, and I went a little bit extra on the outside so I could hide how different my wings are. And then I used the Clinique High Impact mascara on my lower lashes, 1 coat. It doesn't put a whole lot on the lashes, so I like it on the lower lash line. And now, the lipsticks. Okay, so first off, at the beginning of the video, I had Backfire. And for the look I was planning, that was great. Not so much for what I ended up doing. And then I thought, oh, I know, I'll use liquid. And this is liquid. It's a very sheer lipstick. It looks really deep, but it isn't really. Let me just put all of them on my hand here. Okay, so this is Backfire, and this is liquid. You see how sheer it is? And it does look really nice on the lips, but it was just too deep to go with this look, and it has a little bit of a rusty burgundy to it. And then this is the one that I went with. And I didn't want to use this one because I just used it recently in a video, but this is Accident. It's a metallized lipstick. And it does. I mean, this is the best out of the 3. This is the best one to go with the look. And so I'm not mad at using the same lipstick twice, but I do like to give you variety. So that's why I was trying to use liquid. I also used the all-nighter setting spray that I had conveniently put away again. I seem to have a problem with that, but well, I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah. And then this guy. So I had used this quad, highlighting quad, the Afterglow, and in anticipation of a pinky mauve look, I used Wicked. And I do really quite like that highlighter. But while I was off camera finishing the look, I did switch to ONS and used that one instead because I felt like that was going to match better. So I didn't take away any Wicked, I just put ONS over top. So it's still a little bit of a pinky glow, but it's pinky glow with a goldy glow on top. So I think I can get away with it. And now over to you. I would love to know what you think of this look using this column from the Born to Run palette. And then of course I used Weekender and Breakaway as well on the brow bone. Yeah, let me know what you think of this look. I always appreciate your comments and questions. And with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I do hope you like the look because I'm wearing it in a few more videos. So with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it very much, along with your comments and questions. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.